Hey guys, this is the lotion I decided to go with. It's Nivea. Now, what I did was take the lotion and get a generous amount and rub it on my elbows and my hands. And then you want to rub it on your knees as well. Um, Here I am putting the lotion on my feet. You want to take your time with this. Make sure you get in all your dry spots, all the wrinkles and the creases that you have. These spots are very easily, they pick up the product easily, is what I'm trying to say. Here is the mitt I'm going to use. It's not the same brand as the tanning stuff, but it'll do. And here's the actual self tanner. I got the brand Loving Tan. I'm using the dark one. And this one is supposed to sit for 6 hours. Here I'm putting a glove on before I put the mitt on because I just want it to be safe and kind of not really get messy my first time. So here I'm kind of like shaking it up. Then I kind of stop and read the directions, make sure I'm about to do it correctly. Here I am applying more lotion to my elbows and hands because I remember I just wanted to be safe and I just kind of applied some more. Here's the way the mousse looks. It does look like poop, not gonna lie, but there's me putting it on for the first time, and automatically I loved the way it looked. Like, it just looked so natural. The color was so pretty. Austin is on the other side of the bathroom and he's like watching me and helping me. He's there for support. But what you want to do is spray like a pump or two, maybe three, depending on, how dark you want to be, I guess. And you put it directly on the mitt. And then when you apply it to your body, you have to use circular motions. And you want to pretty much keep rubbing until it doesn't kind of feel tacky, if that makes sense. Like you'll understand once you actually attempt to do it. Now here I am using the mitt to put it on my hands. This is kind of, I think, where I'm at. I didn't mess up, but I think next time I won't be using the mitt for my hands. I will probably use a foundation brush to see, how that really does. I applied a little bit more because I just wanted some more on my top area. I was really trying to cover up those dark spots that I have on my arm that I'm not happy with. As you can see, obviously you can tell the difference between the two arms, but you can also tell that it looks pretty natural. There's Austin's hands. Okay, so here I step back for you to take a look at what, the comparison is. Okay, so here I noticed I got some of the tanner on my index finger and on my thumb, like more, I just got too much on the sides and a little bit on like the palm side of my fingers, so that was just one of the spots that I kind of messed up on. Okay, so I went ahead and did my other arm, and then I thought I was recording when I did the first leg, but I clearly wasn't, so here I'm just kind of showing you the difference between the two. I can definitely see difference. Okay, so here I'm starting the leg. I had to prop my leg up so you guys could see. Again, you apply it directly to your skin. You do the circular motions. I started with the more like bigger areas of my leg and then kind of worked my way down to my ankles and my feet. Hey guys, I just want to throw something into this video real quick. Sorry I look rough. I don't have any makeup on, but like a little bit of concealer on my spots and like my under eye because I was looking really tired. But anyways, overall I think the self tanner looks really good, especially for my first time. I am sure I could have done it better. I'm sure the results, could have been better, but I'm just saying like for my first time, it really, I think, turned out okay. What I ended up doing is I didn't show you guys putting it on my face. That was because I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted to do my face or not. So in the video, you see me putting the tanner on, and it's the color dark, but this is the one that you have to wear for like 6 hours before you can rinse it off. So I applied that one all over my body. I ended up going to sleep, and then once I woke up, I put my self tanner. I put the self tanner on my face, but I used the other one I got, which was the 2 Hour Express in the color medium. I did a light layer of that. I saw some color, but then like compared to my body, it still looked a little light. So I did another, just like another light layer of the 2 Hour Express medium color on my face, and I applied it with a foundation brush. To me, it seems like it blended it a little bit better. The issues I came across though are my dry areas, and I don't know if you can tell, but my hands, like, it really doesn't look that bad. Like, I've seen people do worse, but the hands are like no joke. Your hands, your knees, your elbows, your feet. I would say that's it. I would be careful with the neck area too. So the rules are you're supposed to exfoliate and shave before you ever apply the self tanner. Before you actually put your tanner on though, you have to moisturize your hands, your elbows, your knees, and your feet like really, really good. Because those are the areas that tend to really like hold on to the color and stuff, and they kind of end up really like muddy and splotchy and just like patchy looking. I had Austin's help, and he was like, oh, like, I think your hands need a little bit more color, you know. And it was like, once you immediately put it on, it looks so good. And I was like, you know what, you're right, like my hands could use a little bit more color. So I was applying more, and once I was like ready to go to bed, I thought I looked great. I thought it was gonna stay like that. It just needed a second to, I guess, like absorb into my body. I don't know. And then when I woke up this morning, I noticed my feet were just as dark as my legs. My knees were a little bit darker. My elbows were a little bit darker, but that's like normal for me. And then my hands were the same color as my arms. And usually my hands are always more pale compared to like the rest of my body. Same thing with my feet. So for me to see like my hands and my feet were the same colors like my arms and legs, it was a little weird, because I think it just looks more natural when your hands and feet are a little bit more lighter than the rest of your body. Like same thing with your face. When it came time to like take the first shower, you're not supposed to use soap. You're just supposed to like get in and just rinse and just kind of use your hands or whatever. So like I ended up scrubbing my knuckles a little bit, and my hands, my elbows, and my knees, and then the tops of my feet. Those spots just really held on to the color, and it wasn't bad. It's just for it to look more natural, I just wanted it lighter. So when I took the first shower, I ended up using some scrub and a little bit of soap and like scrubbing it off. And I mean, I can still tell that it's a little dark, you know, and like I stained this finger and then like the side of my thumb, but this hand's a little bit better. But they were darker than this. Like they were the exact same color of this area. Once you get out, you are allowed to go ahead and moisturize. Like to hold on to the color more, it's recommended that you moisturize as much as you can, really. So I went ahead and put lotion everywhere. Pay attention to how your skin really absorbs color, even when you're just in the sun. Like I know some people get really dark in their chest and back, or like they burn their chest and back, and some people don't. And then some people get a red nose and like others don't. Like everyone's different. So when I am in the sun, my chest for some reason doesn't get as much sun as like my arms and my legs. My stomach, my chest, my top, back, and like my hands and feet, they don't really absorb the sun that well. Like usually when I am tanning outside in the sun, my arms and my legs get really dark. And so I noticed with the self tanner, even though you have control over it and even though you are doing it yourself, you're still kind of tanning the same way you would in the sun, or at least that's what happened with me. So like when I right, so when I did it, it looked really good, whatever. And then the next morning after I washed it off, I did tell like it looked a little bit more washed out, which was fine with me because it just looked a little bit more natural. But I also realized that the tops of my arms were not as dark. Like my arms absorb color in this area a lot. Like I get really dark there, but for some reason like the tops of my shoulders don't get as dark. My chest doesn't get as dark. I noticed that it happened with the self tanner too. Like with the self tanner, I got really dark I got dark all over, but I just got really dark right here. As you can see, it didn't cover up the spots I wanted to cover up. So I'm kind of bummed out about that. Like overall, I'm glad I'm happy that I look tanner all over. But I don't know why I thought the self tanner would even the dark spots out with my skin, because it's just kind of like the sun. Like, okay, well, if you're tanning your whole body, of course the spots are going to get dark, whether it's the sun or whether it's the self tanning mousse or whatever. I guess I'm just going to have to resort to makeup. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'll figure it out. The last thing I want are these spots popping up, you know, against my dress and it just not looking so good. So yeah, my face, it looks rough because you can still see like my scars and stuff, but overall my face is a little bit tanner. The next time I do it, I probably will use the 2 Hour Express medium on my hands, feet, knees, and elbows, and then I'll use the darker one for 6 hours all over the rest of my body. I think that's it though. Definitely, like, if you do try this, I made sure I had lotion on the spots I was supposed to before self tanning, but that's not enough. Like, you can put on a lot, and I was like, okay, that's good, that'll be enough. But if you think that way, then it's probably not enough. Like, you should probably lather the lotion on your hands and be like, oh, this is too much. Because really, that's probably the perfect amount for you to have on your hands and feet. It's my first time using it, so I didn't do perfect. You know, I didn't do everything right. And but I think overall, like 1 out of 10, I would probably give this like a good like 7 or 8. It wasn't really that bad. It looks really good, and I like it. I hope you can see like in the before and after pictures. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or whatever that you think I can answer, feel free to ask me down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to me if you feel like. But anyways, I'll see you guys in my next one, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.